Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk. Where always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So yeah, we ran tonight, man, and yeah, I know we got some things to like rap about. I know I have a old man rant to rap about because some of these young niggas today they lost or whatever. But yo, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what they do, man? Jesus Shutterworth, the guy, aka the Go Artist, aka LB, aka Lot of Up Boss. You know what it is, El Capitan, RingGameRadio.com. In this bitch on a Wednesday night. Yes, a new night. So make sure you rocking with us. Make sure you following the YouTube so you can get all the little boxing interviews and shit when we hit up these shows and events, and you can see all the latest training videos and see the growth and progress of these real niggas out here. And make sure you check out Sample Kings Forever out now on all the digital streaming platforms. And make sure you fucking follow us on Twitch, nigga. It's Twitch
Yeah.
TV it's twitch.tv/ring gang. Like, you know what it is. But yeah, man, we in here. Let's get
Yes,
it.
sir. We on Twitch now, so yeah, like we about to take over that space and everything, man. So yeah, definitely get down with us. But yo, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Ring Game Radio all day. Let's go. We ran tonight.
Yes, sir, King P. Do we have anyone that's banned from the bodega for this week?
About to ban this fucking dog from the bodega. Sit down. God damn. Sit down.
Right, put that nigga in some low main.
Bro, like this dude is like getting really like needy and annoying. Like, bro, I ain't never seen a pit bull that needed his tummy rubbed so much. Like, sit the fuck down.
Wait, what?
He half pit bull.
Oh, ass dog you raising, nigga.
Motherfucker always want his tummy rub. About to go feed him a bone.
The joys of having an animal. That's why the pet life is definitely not for me. I couldn't own no damn animal. Because the second that thing scratches up my couch or eats my shoe, it's getting a foot up its ass.
Well, thankfully he doesn't fucking eat or destroy anything. He just fucking slobbers when I'm eating, and I'm not like, ew, it's disgusting. Like, I be eating, he be getting hungry, he be begging by slobbering. Like,
well, I mean, it's low key violent, but I guess the animal can't really can't do that. But but if the animal shits in the house, then you got to put a foot up its ass.
No,
like,
trust me.
You can tell him
the animal can control if he slobber over food. I mean, goddamn. Bar that low?
I mean,
that's unless the animal already shit. Like, is this a rescue dog, nigga?
It absolutely is.
Oh, okay, so
okay, that explains it.
A rescue pit bull? Damn, well, pit
bulls
get treated
half pit bull, half boxer.
Well, pit bulls get treated like niggas. Pit bulls get looked at like niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Rescue pit bull, boy. You a brave nigga. You want to do that down here? I'll tell you that. You don't know what type of shit you get down here.
Yeah, them animals, because they're from dogfighting operations and shit. It's just like when I watched that Mike Vick documentary on what they did with his animals. Like some of them were rehabbed. I'm like,
but Mike wasn't. I'm gonna say Mike wasn't doing it. That had to be his affiliates. I feel like Mike wasn't really in the trenches.
No, hold on. He was assisting in killing the pit bulls once they were fucking like ready to go.
Maybe he was.
He was like the enforcer, like nigga.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was the funds behind it.
He was the money man.
He was the money man, and he was getting his hands dirty at the end when the pit bulls got so fucked up that they needed to put him down. He was helping put them down.
Who wrote it? 50 Cent? If he the boss, money man, why he getting his hands dirty?
Yeah, exactly. That's
well, I mean, it's also wild too, because usually in someone like this, someone else is supposed to take the fall, so the money keeps flowing, but. There were a couple of bitch ass niggas.
A couple of those niggas were snakes.
Yeah, you got these new niggas is different now. Nobody's taking a charge for shit nowadays.
Yeah, like it's fucked up. You know what I mean? Because Mike could have continued to at least make the money instead of having to rebuild like he did. But yeah, like that documentary. If you ever watch that, it's on ESPN Plus. If you see it, it's a 2-part documentary. That shit was crazy. That shit is a great documentary on Vic.
Just imagine, check this out. Imagine if like. You adopt a kid, and every time you eat, that kid is like slobbering and drooling every time you eating food in front of him, even though you could just fed that nigga. that'd be wild, right?
But every dog's like that. I mean, every dog begs.
No, not every dog.
Nigga, I've been around dogs eating and
a lot of fuck. Every dogs I've been around, for the most part, like 8 out of 10 dogs I've been around will look.
No, some dogs.
They might look at you, but I'm talking about slobber and drool. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I hate
slobber
that.
And drool, but I mean, bad.
And I hate the whining and like the whining, like the whining feed me. No, I'm not. Go away. Like that annoys me too.
Yeah, those are dope things. Like,
I would rather you just sit there. Like if you're like pressed, I would rather you just sit there and wait to see if maybe I accidentally drop something and you can go fucking run and get it. Otherwise, no. Go away.
Facts. But yo, let me get to the pilot, and I know we have a question in the chat though. But yo, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
It's Cautious Pilot.
That was one of the worst barks I've ever heard.
But you know what it is? Ringing Radio. Let's fly. Cautious Pilot. We're here on a Wednesday. West Coast Wednesday.
He was a Jigga fan, not a DMX fan.
Conscious puppy.
No, well, DMX first album I ever bought. It's Dark Yellow was the first album I ever bought. But yeah, you're right.
Yo, Pilot, when Pilot remixes his intro, that shit always cracks me up. It never fails to crack me up, yo. But salute to Pilot, yo. Stays elevating, you dig. And salute Blazing Killer. I see you have a question because Pilot's picture reminds you. Mosley or Judah, who was the better pound for pound fighter?
Mosley.
Yeah, that's easy. And they would have won if he would have won if they would have fought, but you know, the shower door, you know, got a part of Zab first.
Prime Mosley was one of the best lightweights of, you know, in the history.
Oh, my bad, Pilot.
No, I was just gonna say that two people got saved from Mosley. The shower saved Judah from Mosley, and the hurricane saved Berto from Mosley.
Yes.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, but with Judah, unfortunately, Judah has too many real disgusting losses in his prime. Like you know, and although he had pound for pound talent, like when Dew was on, like you know, like the other day, you know, LB mentioned the Teron Millet fight, you know, so it's like, and you know, that save for the knockdown, you know, Zab was like firing on all cylinders in that fight.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, there was one time he punched the nigga while moving backwards, like it was like almost a no look left hand, like that's crazy.
And to be fair, Mosley himself went through kind of a rough stretch in the middle of his career, but it wasn't as bad as Judah's. It wasn't as bad as that.
It wasn't that bad of a fall off. It wasn't that bad of a fall off. Steep of a fall off for sure.
Yeah, I mean Mosley, at least when he finally lost, I mean basically it was like it was from a dude that he was never going to beat. It was just styles make fights. That's like one of the best examples in boxing of styles makes fights with the late great Vernon Forrest. And then you know, but dude was competitive in his other losses except for. Well, Floyd and Pacquiao, he wasn't really competitive like that. You know,
I mean, he wasn't really competitive with Pacquiao. He had a moment against Floyd.
Yeah, he did, and for some reason,
you can't say that if you have a moment
Zab,
like that.
On the flip side, Zab, the first 6 rounds of Zab and Floyd and Zab were some of my favorite boxing to watch. It's the first 5-6 rounds of that fight, which is great to me.
Because I know, because I remember because I watched Floyd and Mosley. I was at a fight party, and you know, I was surrounded by Floyd stands, nigga. And you know, when Mosley started clocking that nigga with them 2 right hands, you know, like everyone was like damn near ready to piss themselves. Like, oh my god. You know,
I ain't gonna lie, that was a priceless moment if you watched that fight with a Floyd stand. Like,
yeah, they were like they couldn't. They couldn't like they were just, oh shit, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, god damn it. Like
their hearts sank because it was like, oh shit.
Yeah. And of course, you know, that's the same card that Canelo got rocked against Miguel Cotto's little brother Jose too. So it's like, you know, and which of course for some reason I see that clip, you know, now that you know Canelo and Crawford is a thing, I see that clip almost every fucking day. You know.
Really? I haven't seen it once.
I see it.
I've seen it a couple times recently, like maybe this week, and like earlier in the year.
It's making speculations for sure. It always makes this.
It comes out when certain narratives are being pushed, and it's like you got to put Canelo back in check. Like it's like, hold on, chill. Like remember, Cotto's brother was doing this to you, nigga. Like
yeah, exactly.
And people always say, but Canelo was like I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't care what part of your career you was in. that shouldn't be happening to you. Like that's it. Like
yeah. But yeah, that clip is again. I mean, that's where that clip came, because that fight was on that undercard though. But yeah, like Mosley, at least in his losses, like he was competitive. Whereas Judah lost to people he shouldn't be losing to, and he did that way too often in his actual prime.
he wasn't competitive with Wiki right in that first fight.
True, but it wasn't like he was
like did he get around to 2, 9-3?
But it's Winky right. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's elite, But yeah, for the most part, like Shane to garner a moment or two, like he's never just like I don't think he's ever been just blanked except for like Forrest, like and even though he tried against Forrest, like I'm talking about like straight up just useless.
First fight or second fight?
First fight.
First fight. When he got dropped bad. The fight was never.
I mean, he looks worse against everybody in his first fight.
Yeah, like Corey Spinks. Like I get Corey Spinks is one of the most underappreciated fighters of all time. But Corey Spinks.
I was talking about Mosley, but yeah, you're right.
We meant Mosley, but yeah,
Zab.
when Zab gassed out, he was done. But he looked great for the first few rounds whenever he fought.
But you know how much it killed me to actually watch Corey Spinks, who I can't remember the last time he even stopped somebody, knock down Zab clean like that, like he did, like it wasn't no flash shit, and he did it late in the fight. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, yeah, Zab had too many of those.
He timed Zab on that though. He timed Zab.
Did. Yeah, because
But when Zab dropped him, Zab hurt that nigga because that nigga felt like, oh.
Yeah. And then the Baltimore fight, which was just like, he basically took the steam off the Floyd fight, because Baltimore punched him and this motherfucker goes to the back and has his arms in the air like freeze, shit like that. Like, come on, Zab. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, Zab gave boxing some hilarious moments, yo.
Yeah, I was just like,
I know the part you're talking about when he was getting caught on the ropes, and it's like he starts putting his hands up like, like what you doing?
Yeah, Baltimore was hurting that nigga. I was just like, come on, like get together.
Nigga, what's he mean? What he doing? He whooping your ass.
Oh man. And then of course, later on, and then you have the Cotto loss, which Cotto beat the shit out of him eventually. And then the Clottey loss again, a frustrating ass loss.
With them uppercut heads.
Yeah. It's just like, Zab just had too many bad moments in his actual prime. Although he did, like I said, he did make a good late run at it. Like he had that Mabuza fight, and of course the Lucas fight, which is and then being probably one of the few people to legitimately hurt Danny Garcia in the fight. Yeah, like he had his moments, but then, after that it was like Paulie lost.
Paulie Malignaggi, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking to watch. Paulie actually winning that fight clean.
He dropped him.
I know you mentioned the IBF Hall of Fame. Is Zab gonna be in the Hall of Fame, or is he gonna or not?
Zab is Hall of Fame, no doubt.
Zab will probably be in the Hall of Fame.
The IBA,
and I think he's a first ballot. Just the resurgence he had toward the end of his career, he banked him a few more solid wins and performances. Like, so I give him that, but he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Whereas at least with Shane Mosley, like I mean, obviously, he was never going to beat Forrest. Forrest just had his number, and Winky. I mean, like I said, like LB said, the first fight was kind of dominating, but the second fight was close.
It was definitely competitive.
Thing is, Winky was always started at 154, whereas Mosley started at a lightweight. So it's for Mosley, a lot of these niggas these day and age from lightweight ain't gonna go up to 154. So, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, basically, I don't think Mosley got shaky after the Pacquiao fight. Well, no, after the Canelo fight. Actually, no. Well, the first shakiness was getting a draw with Sergio Mora, because that shit was kind of like, it was like,
that's what it was. Yeah, and it was a hard draw.
In regard to Mosley and Cotto, by the time Canelo fought him, were they quote unquote washed? Would you argue? Would you say?
I mean, I'll say this.
Hold on, when Mosley fought Canelo or Cotto? Which one?
I'm talking about my fault. When Canelo fought Mosley and Cotto, respectively, both. When Canelo met up with
Mosley was washed. Because I'm trying to, Pat, was this? I'm trying to just help me remember.
Canelo beat the living shit out of Mosley. Like, legitimately beat the living shit out of Mosley.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, was this after or before the Cano win?
I think it was the Canelo win was the Canelo was after the Canelo fight, and that shit was close too. I remember.
Yeah, but Shane took it, but yeah, that was. But yeah, Shane was washed. Like the Cano win was actually kind of surprising he took that.
Yeah, because
Canelo did put his foot in his ass, and this is one of the rare Canelo performances where he has more than 6 rounds of offense.
Yeah, like it was like legitimately 12 rounds. Like Canelo was letting some bombs on dude. Like I say how Mosley was not stopped in that fight is beyond me.
Yeah, because Canelo let his hands go on that one. There's this one point late in the fight where Shane backs him up. He does some combo, and that's like the only real moment he has. But he loses that fight. Like, goddamn, like he got washed.
Yeah, but yeah, Mosley. It took Mosley a little bit, but once he went down, he I mean, save for the Mayoga fight, who was equally as washed, but yeah. He was like he was done.
I think he was washed when the Vargas fight. He was washed, and just a lot of these niggas were just more washed than he was.
That's also true, but at least with him, like Mosley had a longer streak of excellence to his career. I mean, he had competitive losses, where Zab was just, he was losing fights he shouldn't be losing in his prime. Like,
and Shane's just a higher caliber. Shane's a killer. Like Shane is mean. He's trying to hurt you.
He wouldn't.
Although he could. Yeah, he wouldn't try to coast. Like he'll box, but he'll try to hurt you. Now he's one of those niggas where when you start whooping him or giving it to him, like you could get him disappointed and you could throw him off his game easily.
Right.
But he has his heart. He never really stops trying, so you can't just sleep on him. So that's a little different than Zab, who kind of just seems like he falls apart completely, or it's like if he starts at a 10 by the 9th round, he's like a 4.
Right.
Yeah, and it's more because of everything. It's not like Pascal when Pascal with gas, and you're like, okay. It's more like it's a focus, it's stamina, it's like all of that shit.
Yeah, it'll just go like crazy. Like I mean, he's only had a few fights, like I said, where he's actually come back, in late round surges, like the Garcia fight and shit like that. But it's just like they were too far in between. Like he didn't do that too often against his elite competition. So.
Yeah, like he would have it's a better career than Broner. But he just doesn't have like the 4 division shit like Broner does. That's all.
Yeah, that's a good question though. Like I said, because Judah. I mean, you see him these days. Like, but I mean, they're both looking kind of old. I mean, Zab, of course, thankfully didn't lose. Has full powers because after that brain bleed from that caveman Selden, so dude is I think like a nurse and shit like that. Dude is living life. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to have any deficits. So good for him.
Yeah, I've been seeing on podcasts. He speaks pretty well. He speaks pretty clear. My fault.
Yeah, no, but of course we would all kill for Zab or Shane Mosley in today's boxing for sure.
Because he's that caliber of fighter. You don't have that no more where you could count them out and they'll still kind of hang on and have late career performances like. Like, and we're talking about guys like Morales, fucking Zab, Shane Mosley. I'll even throw Jermaine Taylor in that motherfucker. Like,
yeah, like how that dude actually became middleweight champion again after all he did is beyond me. Like that literally should have not happened. But
beat the best version of damn Caleb Truax.
Yeah, I'm saying like.
I don't know why that's an accolade, but it is now considering.
That Truax actually, took Gale 0 and actually became champion. So,
yeah, Al Plant, fucking struggled with him. Like, so yeah, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, boxers in this generation, they're not gonna get. If a nigga right now gets into Jermaine Taylor's condition, I guarantee you he's not gonna win another title or beat a Sam Solomon or whatever level fighter, or no Caleb Truex level fighter with that type of shit going forward. Like I'm telling you, niggas back then were just built different.
Yeah, like I think today's fighters, like I mean, the ones that we know that are like a wash, they start getting thumped. Whereas at least with the generation like yesterday, like a Kasim Uma, like pretty much it took Kasim Uma, like of course the Taylor fight and then the Triple G fight and then the fact that he loved to smoke weed too much that kind of make those L's accumulate. But look
at who he was taking those L's against though. Like Jermaine Taylor and Golovkin ain't no fucking walk in the park. You're taking like some of the best.
Yeah, I mean those fights were like they were like ridiculous fights. I like Taylor.
That's like some of the best 1-2s in the business right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I mean. Yeah, Uma, like I said, I mean, again, like I mean, I've read forgotten fades about him. Like I said, I love watching him fight when he was on though. But yeah, like stuff like that.
He was competitive and he tried. Like I get it, but that's a whole caliber of fighter we're not getting no more.
Yeah, no.
Like these niggas remember he's getting whooped on by like prime Golovkin, prime Jermaine Taylor.
An old Auma by that point was actually giving Golovkin a good fight.
He was.
Yeah, at that point, he gave Golovkin his best fight. He won a good 3 rounds. Like, and he was competitive. Like, and I know the whole thing, niggas say Golovkin was sick, but every time Golovkin looked mortal, there's a sick story attached to it.
Yeah. Even though these cats, they like that or Deverenchenko, shit like that. Even though those two fighters or fucking Rosado, he was sick. And all 3 of those fights, Triple G bludgeoned those cats to the point of where they low key ruined their momentum. Well, Uma, that was the end. Rosado never came close to really winning a title, and then Deverenchenko never shook off that beating. Because it's
Rosado was the one that wasn't really competitive in that fight either. Like at least Deverenchenko made it a fight of the year. And some people make a case where argue he should have won. Uma took a good 3, maybe 4 rounds before losing. He had a good game plan. So that's one thing. Like, these niggas ain't being like, what old nigga is going to be competitive with a motherfucker like prime Gary Antonio Russell type shit?
Yeah. I don't see it like. I mean, if there's one in this generation, if there's one in this generation with as much box that's on or much we try to catch. I'll be surprised. Like, because usually
Devin Farmer might be one of those type of niggas. Like,
that's true.
Like he might be one of those, but it's rare. Like, but that's basically what I'm saying. Like, who could take the punishment, still have a career, but still kind of hang in there late, like the Glenn Johnsons, all them niggas. Like
there definitely ain't no Glenn Johnsons anymore. I mean,
and we ain't getting no more Zabs and Jermaine Taylors. We ain't getting no Glenn Johnsons. Like,
yeah, I don't even think Glenn Johnson's been down. Like he has 2 knockout losses. One in his prime and one really outside of his prime. And in the division he had no business being in. So it's like, fighters are not. It's funny too. It's only like a generation or 2, like not even that far back. And you can, but I mean, like I said, we're old enough to see like how boxes are now between then and now. So it's a weird dichotomy. Seeing some.
Yeah, like a lot of shit, a lot of recipes are getting lost. A lot of certain skills aren't being passed down, and there's a lot of boxing you just won't see again on a certain level anymore. Like. It's just a lot of it.
A lot of fights you won't see happen.
Glenn Johnson's never been knocked out. I could have sworn he was dropped once.
I don't think he was. Like I'm racking my brain unless like.
Hold on. Oh no, because no, he wasn't dropped against Makabu. I think he just stopped on his feet.
He was stopped on his feet, and B-Hop stopped him on his feet.
Yeah, no, I know B-Hop stopped him on his feet, but I don't know why I thought Makabu dropped him.
I mean, Makabu was beating the shit out of him, but he didn't go down.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I must be misremembering things then.
But yeah, that's it. You know, tough. Let's say tough, really just tough old school fighters. They don't exist in that level because even the ones that do have some old school leanings, you know, they got that one fight and they start glitching all over the fucking place.
Yeah. It's like them old niggas used to. They may have glitched, but it's like you know blowing in a cartridge. Pause.
Yeah.
Like they might glitch, but you know you still can play that fucking game. These new niggas, they glitch and that's it. Like.
Yeah.
Like, all right, man, you got to take me back to Target. We got to get a new version of this game because this nigga done right here. You know what I'm saying? The Jermaine Taylor game glitched, but you know, you was able to still get the downloadable content, win a title. You know, you still played it a little more. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
you're not doing that now.
And now, of course, I mean, obviously, Jermaine Taylor's paying for it because you know, dude. You know, he got his brain dented, so dude is out there. You know, pretty much he's like Mr. Hyde now these days. So he's on one. You know, because of his brain injuries. But you know, hey, he got a title in his last fight, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
that was a good question, Blazing Killer. Yeah, with Zab and Mosley though.
This bitch, like, bro, like, hold on, wait. Shuttleworth says an N-word so natural, like a white man. I'm convinced Shuttleworth's a woman. Probably drink tea and eat biscuits after the show over. Like, yo, I ain't Jamaican, nigga. What the fuck is drinking like tea and shit? Like, it's hot. It'd be like 95 degrees at like 11 p.m., nigga. Like, ain't no tea drinking over here, yo.
Like, yo, I swear though. Fuck? Yeah, I swear, this bitch must
be biscuits. What the fuck, biscuits? Really? Sorry, Pat.
Yeah, no, I swear, this bitch must clearly. I haven't feel just the way it either must know you or in some fashion. But yeah, like, geez. Yeah, like every cast is something new.
He's basically calling me Leonardo DiCaprio in the Django.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
because he was saying nigga like mad effortlessly, like.
Because he did. Leonardo DiCaprio, I pretty sure hang around some of the brothers too, because he definitely spent some time around the brothers.
And then he said Samuel Jackson said, "Man, go ahead and say that shit. God damn, it's a movie."
Yeah. He was very uncomfortable saying it. Yeah, Samuel Jackson had to tell him.
The next thing you know, he was saying it too good.
I'll say this. At least he had some type of hesitancy to say it, unlike fucking Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino just be wanting to say it.
He loved to say it.
Yeah, he loves to write his. Yeah, he loves to write it, and it's in his dialogue.
He said so much. I felt like his mom was smashing a brother when he was young, and he just hated niggas.
That is true.
I mean, they didn't say nigga as much in blaxploitation movies though, but this motherfucker like.
Yeah, but at least it fit in those movies. Like Quentin Tarantino, it'll be a whole completely. It'll be no black people in the movie for like 35, 40 minutes, and it'll be a random scene. He's like, "Okay, here's a joke. A Jewish guy and a nigger walk into a bar." Yeah, you're like, exactly. What? Like he why is this? Like you could have had any. The doorman was Asian. Like you could have talked about any other thing in the world.
Like I said, like in Pulp Fiction, where he's just like dead nigger storage. I'm like you wanted to say that. Like there was no need to say that. Like
yeah, I was like, I remember watching. I was like, I mean, that's among the other wild shit that was in Pulp Fiction, saying dead nigger storage. I'm like, come on, bro. Like really, like like in no world is a black man gonna say a white man's gonna do a dead nigger storage and shit like that. Like it's a thing to do. Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah. But he Quentin Tarantino is a big weirdo. Big fucking weirdo.
Yeah. Great director, but fucking weirdo.
Classics. He do have classics. I can't lie. He got classics, but still.
I hate that.
He got classics. He's just a weirdo.
Name-o.
I mean, Pulp Fiction's a great movie. You know what I'm saying?
Reservoir Dogs is a great movie.
Reservoir Dogs. Yep.
I like Jackie Brown. I like Jackie Brown. I like Jackie Brown. You know,
Jackie Brown's probably his most underrated because no one really mentions it as
underrated, but it's not a great movie. I agree. I just watched it one time. That's it.
I do think Jackie Brown's a little long. That's a
Yes.
It's not like
the most underrated. Like the one that I rate highly is Inglourious Basterds.
I did like Inglourious Basterds. I ain't gonna lie. I did like.
See, that's the one movie I missed. I have to watch that. Like,
That's a good
I
one.
never got a chance to
No,
watch
that one was really, really good.
Yeah,
Y'all saying it's good. I might have to check it out.
Y'all taking Spike Lee or Quentin Tarantino?
Spike Lee.
Nigga, what is this? Like, oh, hold on, wait, what is this? I had to hold on. What part of this kid? Like, oh yeah, of course you'll say Quentin Tarantino, nigga. Like,
although Spike Lee is a huge asshole, though.
Yeah, he's an asshole. You can tell.
I think both of them are, but that's here or there.
No, it just.
I don't know why you had to add that. Like, what does Spike Lee do, nigga?
No. I only say that because I'm from New York and he from here, and like regular people that see him like out in the streets, just they like the fans of him. He's just a complete dickhead, and that's the shit. Like I be laughing because I remember. Okay. So I remember I saw a tweet of somebody. I think it was Spike Lee was at the tennis game supporting what's her name, was Coco Gauff, I believe. Mm-hmm. And like, oh, Spike Lee always gonna support the people, yada yada. And somebody was like, yeah, that's the celebrities. Amongst us regular people, he's a fucking asshole. Right. I don't like those type of people. You all buddy. You always support the celebrities, but the regular people that always been supporting your shit, always support your product, you're a complete asshole too, and you act like you don't got time for us. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, but Spike Lee has made far better movies.
Yeah. I was just watching Jungle Fever the other day on Juneteenth. Actually, I was watching it on Juneteenth.
Crazy.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
No, but shouts out. Do the Right Thing was born. Was the same year I was born. So
it was late at night. It was late at night.
You ain't have shit going on for real. You rewatching Jungle Fever.
I put on the TV. I was like, I'm gonna watch something, and then like the suggestions came up, and Jungle Fever. I'm like, I ain't seen this in years. You know what? Let me rewatch this.
You look like a nigga that would watch Jungle Fever. Like you just come to this nigga crib and he like, what you got on? He's like, oh, Jungle Fever. Like,
I didn't watch that shit.
Actually, you know which one I marked off my? I ain't gonna even lie. A movie I marked off my list like in full because I watched it before bits and pieces and shit. Hollywood Shuffle. I watched that like last month.
Well, that's not. I don't think that's not a Spike Lee movie though.
No. I just meant old black movie. I just meant old.
Oh, okay.
Of that.
Nah, it's still good. I fuck with it. Okay. What's three? Spike Lee's 3 best movies or Quentin Tarantino's 3 best movies?
Let's see. Spike would be Malcolm X by far. Is like
Do the Right Thing.
That definitely Malcolm X gotta be.
Do the Right Thing would be in the top 3. I feel like.
Yeah, Do the Right Thing. And oh shit,
Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing was alright.
I kind of want to say He Got Game because He Got Game was but then he also did Crooklyn too.
But New Jersey Drive.
But Ray Allen was horrible in that movie. Even though
no, he wasn't. I actually thought Ray Allen was not horrible in that movie. Like
he was decent. Like
for a basketball player, right?
Yeah.
But damn, honestly, when you think about it, Spike Lee got a lot of mid-ass movies. Really, like.
Did y'all like that movie with Michael Rappaport, the white what's it called? What the fuck? What was that movie called? God damn it. The one with Damon Wayans? Hold on. Bamboozled.
Oh, yeah, I fucked with Bamboozled.
That's underrated. Bamboozled.
That was good. I like Bamboozled.
That would probably be my top 3 for Spike Lee. Malcolm X, Bamboozled, and I'm struggling for a third one.
New Jersey Drive.
I'm looking at her. She's got a hat.
Oh, he directed New Jersey Drive?
Oh, he's a producer.
Oh,
he was a producer. Nah, we talking about directing, nigga.
My bad.
Oh, fucking School Days. Even though it's a musical, I like School Days. It was good.
School Days was cool, but they mid, man.
Inside Man was dope too. Inside Man.
Oh yeah, he did do Inside Man.
Yeah. Inside Man.
No, that was really good.
That was cool.
Inside Man was dope.
He did Original King. Oh, he did Love and Basketball. Shit, personally, because I was a kid watching that theater, I might gotta put Love and Basketball.
Nah, Marquise, Bamboozled was not terrible. That was not terrible.
Nah, Bamboozled was not terrible, Marquise. Now, come on, stop it, bro.
Nah, yeah.
Wait, what is the director? Wait,
you're usually on point, Marquise, but nah, Bamboozled was not terrible, bro. Like that shit was hella watchable. That shit is underrated.
Just like I like Spike Lee movies where, like, if he's gonna go all the way in, he goes all the way in.
Right.
And I feel like with Malcolm X, he did that. Bamboozle, he did that. The other movies, they're like hit or miss with that.
Yeah.
Like they get too artsy or some shit.
Yeah, like I remember. Let's see, for mid movies, I didn't like Girl 6. I didn't like that at all.
Oh fuck, we said that at the same time. Jeez. Yo, me and Pat do that every week. Like we literally said Girl 6.
Yeah, no,
Girl 6 was trash.
Yeah, and I remember, Teresa Randall's fine ass was in that one, but I was thinking,
she was looking good in there. Yeah,
that shit was a waste of time. Summer of Sam though was nice, though. That shit was kind of brutal as fuck.
Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to rewatch. Like I remember that being dope, like enjoying that.
I remember I still have I recorded it off my box of I still have that VHS somewhere. And that movie was wild. Like that shit was dope. Miracle at St. Anna was okay too. It was okay. It was
that was okay. Yeah.
I didn't like She Hate Me though, except for that one scene with all the lesbians. Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. She Hate Me was mid.
Black Klansman was good.
Only parts though.
I think Black Klansman was pretty good. I didn't watch it. I only watched it once, but it was alright.
Black Klansman was good. I actually liked it.
Denzel did a good job. Denzel did a good job in that.
Yeah, Black Klansman, like he did his thing with like Chirac was decent. I think it was like part of it was a musical.
Oh, Chirac I heard was horrible. Like the musical.
It had its moments. It wasn't crazy.
No, it wasn't horrible, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
Wait. Y'all niggas is goddamn. Like shit.
Like it
y'all say I've never heard nothing good about that movie.
No, I don't think it. Like I don't think it's the complete shits. It could have been a lot better. 10.
What's your 1 through 10 score, bro? That'll let me know.
I mean, I'd give it a 6, really.
Fuck out of here.
I would give it a 5.
Okay, average, man.
But I do agree. It kind of like it did underperform, especially with all the talent that was in that shit. I mean, it had David Chappelle and Wesley Snipes all up in that shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, should have been more. And Samuel L. Jackson.
Now that you really look at it, like Spike Lee ain't make a lot of great movies to me, man. Like
with Spike Lee, it's like peaks and valleys. Like the top ones, when they hit, they hit. But the bad ones, yeah.
I mean,
straight out the park, foul ball, like, ugh.
I mean, he has another one coming out. I think it's like on A25. I think it's like next month on Apple TV. I
think Tarantino might be more consistent, but I think that
that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, Spike's best movie.
Tarantino were like Reservoir Dogs, Hateful Eight, Kill Bill.
I hated Hateful Eight, and I didn't like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah,
I fucked with Hateful. Hateful Eight was dope.
Yeah, really?
No, I did not like Hateful Eight for anything. I did not like.
And Kill Bill was dope for what it was. Like it was straight.
Yeah.
Like
Kill Bill was fire.
Both
movies, both Volume 1 and 2.
Was what to you?
The Kill Bills, both versions, 1 and 2.
I mean, that was cool. Cause this is the thing. Like the people who thought the Kill Bill movies were like great weren't people who watched a lot of their regular,
a lot of the regular
action martial art movies.
Martial art,
and that was
But I'm one of the niggas.
I felt like Kill Bill was like a homage to our martial arts movies, but like it was good, but it wasn't like great.
Like,
if somebody said it was like a 7 or an 8, I wouldn't argue with them. But when niggas be like, "Oh, it's classic," it's a 9, 10. That's what I'm like.
Kill Bill's an 8. Yeah, Kill Bill's a solid.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could give it an 8.
I know we mentioned Django.
Can't go crazier than that.
We mentioned Django, but do y'all like the movie? Did you like the movie Django?
Yes, I did. But also with
Django was about a 6 or a 7.
Also with Kill Bill,
like, it has its moments.
With Kill Bill, and it's funny that I rate it so highly with Kill Bill because I'm not really even a fan of Uma Thurman as an actor.
It's the only time I actually found Uma Thurman attractive. Like I don't know why that movie didn't fit with her, but yeah, she was like, damn, Uma's kind of sexy in this shit. I don't know why.
I mean, she looks smashable as Poison Ivy too.
I've seen her in person. She is not like she is tall, stringy, and just
She's white, pretty much, right?
No, there are attractive white women. She is not one of them.
Yeah. King P knows his white women. So hold on.
I was surprised at how tall she was. I legitimately didn't think she was as tall as she is, but she's tall. She's like a legitimate 6 feet. I was like, whoa! I did not realize she. Yeah.
Y'all found Sandra Bullock made, and the consensus.
No, she is.
Sandra Bullock doesn't do anything.
She is all the white version. Dude, because y'all don't be picking out no fine white chicks. Y'all be picking out the middest of Middletons.
I mean, talking about white chicks, Scarlett Johansson in her prime when she was.
Yeah, no, Scarlett is bad.
Okay, she looked good. Like
Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel was kind of fine.
Yeah, no, Jessica Biel.
I give you that. Yeah, fine. Yeah.
I know my pogs, nigga.
You ain't named these niggas before.
Only because Sandra Bullock got brought up because I think maybe we were talking about Blindside or some shit. That's the only reason why.
They had a movie. Didn't art imitated life because you was blind for making that statement.
No, she's like the white
you
version.
You blindsided us. Actually,
she's like the white version of Rosalind Sanchez, the bitch from Russia.
No, she's not. Stop that.
Latina. Basically the same.
Stop. Shit. Damn, see, I knew Pilot was gonna say some off the wall shit. Like, that's your off the wall shit for tonight. Like, the white version of Rosalind Sanchez. What?
No, Google it. I bet they'll be side to side.
Weren't you the one? No, actually, maybe it's not you. Maybe I'm accusing you of something. Because I was gonna say, didn't you say that Hillary Swank was attractive? But it might not.
I did not say that shit.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Oh wow, yeah.
Don't put that evil. Don't put that evil.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say I might have to just ban you from the white women talking about white.
Wow. Hillary Swank. The one chick from fucking the Penguin show was fine too.
So I think I saw a picture of her too. Of her. Yeah, she looked kind of good.
I know Pat knows what I'm talking about. Like I don't think y'all niggas was watching.
Somebody posted what she looked like. She looked good.
Who, Pat?
No, I said no. It's a great fucking show. Then Pilot said something.
Oh yeah, great show. But yeah, the bitch on that show was fine. Yeah,
Scarlett's up there. Everybody loves her, but I think she's overrated. Jennifer Aniston, overrated to me.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston doesn't do anything for me either.
Yeah,
she's attractive, but she's not bad like people.
She looked good in We're the Millers, but that's the only time I really, when she, when she was doing a little. But other than that, I've never really found her like that. Like
I could agree with Pilot on that. Yeah, it's like she has her moments, but she's not so. Consistent 7 or something. Like she above average, but she never like knocking it out.
I don't get the hype. I don't know if
you go get like a 30 and 20 game.
I'm sure she comes across your timeline, but that chick Sabrina Carpenter, she looks. No, I'm saying no. I don't feel it, but she looks like Hillary Clinton to me. But she just not the height. Like I'm saying she looks like Hillary.
I mean, that bitch look bad. I don't know what the fuck y'all was saying no for. Didn't this nigga say Hillary?
I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling Sabrina Carpenter
like that. She's all right,
but the hype she gets is kind of crazy. I
mean, because I feel like she's an 8, but niggas hype her up like she a 10, and I think that might be a problem.
Hold on, Pilot, because you fuck with wrestling. Yeah. Sabrina Carpenter and Tiffany Stratton are the same fucking person, basically.
Yeah, but Tiffany Stratton got a little bit more assets, though. A little bit more the chested. She's a little more busty version of her.
Because they're fake. Fuck.
Yeah, they're fake.
They're fake. Yeah. I remember there was that redhead on Mad Men. I think Christina Hendricks. That chick was bad to me. Like
I know you're talking about Pat. Yeah,
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, that's more like tall, busty, and had ass. Like she was like she was curvy and all.
Yeah, she had tits. She had some tits on her. But
she had some ass too.
How about she was stacked?
How about I like Jessica Biel?
No,
we talking about Jessica Biel. Like she fine.
No, Kat Dennings. Now that's a white woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Now she pale as fuck. Like she had been like she needs sun, bro.
She looked good. The fuck.
Come
on. I mean, that's a fine ass vampire.
I mean, you had Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus was fine.
Oh yeah, she was bad in her prime. Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, Terry Reynolds used to do something to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I used to love Sunny when I was a kid, but
Damn,
Sonny,
Nah,
now,
Sonny was cool.
she
So
fell off.
Sable was too. Shit, like,
But
damn,
Sonny fell off so bad. Look at her.
Yeah,
name,
and then we found out she's racist and all. So yeah, no, fuck
like,
her.
damn.
she's like a meth head.
I'm not surprised though. Like, she looked like she
Yeah.
could be racist.
And now now she's in jail for fucking drunk driving and killing a pedestrian. So yeah, no, not a good person.
God damn.
yeah, it's fun. It's unfortunate too. And I saw Sonny's porn, which was like, ugh, like
Yeah,
God,
she pooted. Ugh.
yeah. I was just like, ugh.
Oh,
this-
what? She
like,
what?
Who thought this was
Yeah,
sexy?
he's
Like,
y'all out of my league with that.
Yeah, she pooted.
I know when I was younger, I accidentally stumbled across the China shit. That was weird.
yeah, China porn was not.
Yeah,
hitting
no,
too.
the less mentioned, the better.
Yeah, like don't
R.I.P.
do
though.
steroids. Yeah, don't do
Rip, yeah,
steroids,
recipe should
women.
be
Like,
such
nah. That's all I have to say about that porn. Do not do steroids.
That's the funniest shit is like, I be like seeing a lot of these women, these like that they be working out, and they be jacked, and then I hear them talk, and I'm just like, oh yeah, y'all got the steroid voice. That's how I know you've been
I mean,
jacked.
it's the dirty secret there, because like women cannot put on that type of muscle like that without a little help. Like some they may micro dose it, some may just actually take a real nigga dose, shit like that. But
bro, like bitch, like cycle off a little better. God damn, you sounded like a man.
You got holler at fucking Reynoso then, nigga. Like Canelo, one of them. Like,
yeah, because some of them are just too like they get obsessed with they like their gains. They're taking all types of Anavar and testosterone and shit like that, but they don't they don't cycle off with the estrogen and shit like that, to get themselves back to normal, and and eventually they got the deep ass voice and veins running through the shit like that shit. Yeah, like it's one of the dirt. It's all dirty secret. Marquise, they all sound like the old Jim Carrey and Living Color sketch. Venus
damn.
Was it Venus? Was it Venus de Milo or some shit like
Venus
that?
de Milo.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
They need to have Living Color on syndication or something, like or just on a platform. Like it's crazy how it hasn't been on a platform at all, ever.
They show reruns, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, they show it, but I mean, like it's not on two. At least, like
I wish I was old enough to have seen Living Color like when it was like around.
I remember being really young.
Man, y'all missed the moment.
I remember being really young, and I remember just like my family watching it on Sunday. I was real young though, but I remember Sunday was like an event when it came on. You know what I'm saying?
Because
it was, nigga.
Because like that when I finally got around to watching it, that's what made me realize like oh, Damon Wayans is the best of the Wayans brothers. Like,
easily, and his '90s runs underrated. Damon Wayans is one of my.
Well, the problem is I was always like. For me, I always favored Marlon and Sean.
Me too.
But that's only because like growing up, because that's only like those are the two that I saw because I saw the Wayans brothers.
Because the younger, like,
yeah.
If you grew up in the '80s, early '90s, you kind of saw Keenan and Damon first.
Damon, yeah.
But here's the thing.
'90s, you
here's the thing. Damon had two different primes, like two separate primes. He had the prime with like when he was in Living Color, and then he had a rerun like a back to his Renaissance with fucking My Wife and Kids. But the thing was, I was growing up, I was too young for In Living Color. And by that time, I was too old for My Wife and Kids, so I wasn't watching that either.
You missed it. No, but I want to add to you why Marlon too for me too, because I was young and I thought Marlon was the coolest because of Smokey or whatever he was in fucking Scary Movie. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm talking about Scary Movie.
That and Above the Rim.
Yeah, Above the Rim and Six Man. He was in Six Man. Remember that? He was in Six Man.
I have Six Man on DVD.
And fucking and Wayans Bros. Wayans Bros was my show. So yeah, Marlon was always pretty cool. The cool skinny little nigga. So that's why he was. But looking back, it's probably Damon. But Marlon's not too far behind. I feel like. But Damon.
Damon has the best body of work out of the Wayans because Damon has the hit TV shows. He has the hit movies. He's the only one that can really do stand-up, like classic stand-up.
He was good. That was his stand-up was good too.
Yeah, Marlon probably number 2 though. Like Marlon definitely like number 2, but it's like if Damon's here, then Marlon's like here.
Yeah,
like there's a little gap.
Damon had a top 5 '90s run, and Black Comedians. I mean, it's arguable, but I think he had a strong argument to be a top 5 of the Black Comedians of the '90s. He had a really good run. I feel like low key.
Yeah, no, he had a great run though, but I think he's low key underappreciated because I mean he did have a couple of bombs in the later half of the '90s, like that Marcy X shit and stuff like that. but no, Damon is certified. I mean, dude went from
Blank Man. Come on.
Blank Man, Major Pain.
Blink, man. I watched Blink Man the other month, man. Blink Man's so fucking good.
And honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like, Homie the Clown is still the most underutilized comedic bit of all time.
Yeah, Homie don't play that. Like,
that had so much potential. Like, when you talk about spinoffs, Homie the Clown could have been its own fucking spinoff.
Yeah.
And niggas would have been there every Saturday, every Sunday to watch it. Like, when Homie went to the fucking when he started working at that white restaurant, like nigga, there was pure like we in school talking about, man, you think Homie gonna sell out? Like, nah, like, man, but I don't know. I like it feel like he can like, nah, watch next week. Like, ain't no way Homie the Clown. Like, niggas was really talking like this. So like it really grabbed your attention because it's like
that and Handyman.
It ran parallel the way life was.
Yeah, but yeah, that and Handyman, like every single time.
And Handyman was funny as fuck. Like
now, of course, they have disclaimers on there because because Handyman is not really, it's not an acceptable.
You can't
character because he was wild.
I ain't gonna lie, it was fucked up back then, but it was fucked up in a funny way where you was like, oh shit, like y'all niggas really like. I don't think it was done in a mean way, but it can come off like that. But it was still great. But Homie the Clown was the one that was like that really could have went there because when Homie start wearing the suit, like I think we started talking to the chick, and the kids is like, yo, like Homie got a suit, like you not Homie the Clown no more, like you the Homie the man.
Because that show, that's like when the Wayans lost all creative control, right? I mean, because slowly but surely they lost all their, they decided, part ways or whatever. They left the show, after like third season and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it still had like that's the thing. Living Color never really got terrible. Like they managed to still.
Would y'all say Jim Carrey or Jamie Foxx? Who's the greatest product from that show?
To come off of it, that's hard to say. Like,
because Jim Carrey had the earliest success out of all.
His run was crazy.
Yeah, everybody like
his run was super crazy when I was young. When I was young, him and Adam Sandler could do no wrong. I ain't gonna lie.
If you want to say the most talented person to ever come from Living Color,
Jamie,
that might be Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
But if you want to say the funniest person, I think it might be between Damon and Jim Carrey.
Yeah, because Jim Carrey used to have me fucking. That white boy was like he was.
Because think about it, between Jim and Damon, they had the most bits that could have really been spinoffs. Like Fire Marshal Bill, come on.
Fire Marshal Bill,
the pastors, the crooked pastors,
the crooked pastor, like there's so much shit like Damon and like nah, bro.
Jim Carrey is at the top of like the white boys, the white comedians that like. That they cool with us, like we cool with them.
He's up there.
He's up there with like Ed O'Neill.
He's like the Tina Marie of comedy.
I mean, and also, I always give him respect because he always he never stopped bigging up the Wayans brothers and all of that, and he acknowledges that he wouldn't be where he is today without them.
He called him. He said brilliant black minds. So I'm like,
so he's not one of these ungrateful crackers that blow up and then it's like,
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah,
he's actually for the culture, like So
and I've never heard him say one bad thing about black people. So shouts out to a goat. He's a legend.
Yeah. And he fight the power in his own way.
Him and George Carlin will always be good in my book.
Yeah.
Let's see. Marquise, Tommy Davidson. Tommy Davidson was cool on that show.
I heard he had a bad coke.
Living Color. Tommy Davidson might be top 5. I don't know.
Remember, he had to ask Keaton to leave for his coke addiction rehab. Like he was supposed to be a star. Tommy Davidson, right? He was supposed to be.
David Allen Greer is up there too.
Yeah, he's probably the most underrated. I think. Like dude has range too. Like real range.
I remember his little show, the Chocolate News on Comedy Central. I thought that was funny. Like,
yeah, funny thing is too. My ex used to love that show. Like, she was disappointed when they got canceled. Like,
David Allen Greer was, bro. He he was bringing back some of that Living Color type of funniness, like you know how they used to do the music.
Yeah,
he had this one bit called like he was like a singer, and he was like one of the songs was "I Got the Big Piece of Chicken." And it's like, nigga, like who the fuck? But he made that shit work.
He went outside and Boomerang. That's all I know. He let Eddie Murphy take Halle Berry.
Yeah, but he has range because he can go from that.
Those little dirty macking and it wasn't so cut and dry though. But I feel you, Pilot.
But but he has serious. I mean, and top of that, he actually knew how to fight, like legitimately know how to fight. Like he knew Taekwondo, and he used it in Black Man and also in fucking Tales from the Hood. Like,
oh yeah, but I remember
Tales from the Hood was crazy.
Tommy Davidson was getting a push, but I felt like he had that coke addiction and kind of derailed him. I don't know. Maybe he just was gonna flop.
Yeah, no, but Tommy Davidson, his movies didn't kind of hit like that. I mean, he had Woo and he had
Booty Call. But Jamie Foxx shined in Booty Call. Jamie Foxx took all the shine in Booty Call.
Yeah, but you needed both of them for it to work. Like you don't have Tommy Davidson parts in that movie. Like Jamie parts don't hit like that.
Yeah, no, yeah. Booty Call as a movie, it worked. Like, I mean, I think that's probably. I mean, in terms of
I rewatched it last week.
That's his best movie, but then like his other movies didn't hit like that.
Yeah,
he had the one. What's the other one? He was like a Halle Berry love interest, right? I forgot what that was called. I forgot what that was. But that was.
What are you talking about?
He was in a movie where wasn't he in a movie where like Halle Berry was his love interest or some shit?
Wasn't that Boomerang?
No, that wasn't Boomerang. No, that wasn't Boomerang. That was a different.
Remember with Tommy Davidson?
Yeah, and Halle Berry.
I don't remember what the fuck.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. I swear.
That might be something though. I'm
it's not Boomerang. Excuse me. Strictly Business.
Strictly Business.
Yeah. Okay. Because
what am I saying?
I was like, this is giving like early '90s or something.
Yeah, that's the one I remember. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like if dude had the movies like that, it would have been like he had some good movies. But yeah,
his movies were mid for the most part, bro. Like we ain't gotta be too nice about it. Like Booty Call is like his only real like movie.
It is his real classic. It's like his star classic. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Everybody from Living Color was like a part of at least one classic movie or something.
Right.
But it's like Wu-Tang Clan. Like everybody's talented, but not everybody came out swinging with classics. Like
right.
Like Damon and Jim, they're like the Ray and Ghost. Like.
Oh yeah,
them niggas blew up.
That's a good analogy. That's a good analogy.
Yeah, and then Jamie Foxx really blew up, of course, in the 2000s.
Yeah, that may be like the Method Man or something.
Remember he dropped the solo album and it kind of flopped, and I don't know. Jamie Foxx show. I
don't know. Did it flop? Like
his first?
No, Jamie Foxx show definitely did not flop.
That album didn't flop, bro.
Album, the first one, not the one with not the one like where he dropped with Unpredictable. I'm talking about the one that in the 90s.
You're talking about the album. I think you're talking about
the album. Okay, yeah.
No,
that album was
album, but I'm talking about like it kind of he didn't start slow, but I'm saying like like Jimmy Foxx show was great to me. I don't know, like it's one of those shows that are kind of like.
And he had a few dud ass movies too.
Yeah, he do.
But he had more heat though. Like he didn't let it stop him. Like it felt like that shit kind of like stopped Tommy Davidson.
Any Given Sunday was a great. I mean, he's pretty much main character there, and I love that. I love that movie. Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for Ray, that would be my that would probably be his best top movie because he killed Any Given Sunday.
Yeah.
Any Given Sunday. Bait is underrated. Like a lot of niggas slept on Bait.
Bait was cool. I like Bait.
I like Bait a lot.
I see that in the fucking theaters. Like I was slept on. The scene where he in prison funny as fuck.
When it comes to true talent, versatile, multi-talent, Jamie Foxx is up there all the time. I mean, he's one of the he can
Yeah, because he had music, TV, and movie success. All big success.
If you want to say the top 5 from Living Color, it probably got to be Damon, Jim, Jamie. That's 3 right there. Then you probably get David Allen Greer and Tommy Davidson.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, unless you take one of those last names off, or you add Marlon as number 6.
Yeah,
but
Marlon, I've always felt like Marlon has legit acting talent. Because I remember Requiem for a Dream is a raw ass movie. Like,
yep, that shows his real like acting.
Yeah, that shows his true acting talent. But he likes to make a lot of silly shit, and I get it. That's his thing.
Yeah.
But when dude actually puts out his acting chops, like no one does it better than him. Like he's a better actor than Damon.
Yeah, he was. It's just he didn't. Yeah, he don't say he sold out, but he just know what worked for him. Like,
Damon kind of just plays himself. Like
yeah, Damon just played himself. Like he was good at himself. But yeah, I know what you mean. He kind of just plays himself.
But ain't nothing wrong with that because honestly, if niggas was in movies, like I wouldn't mind playing myself or somebody that's similar to me in a fucking
Some people
movie.
say Denzel plays himself. You know.
I do. I think so sometimes.
He does. Because, like I said, the one time he didn't, and I thought it was one of his worst movies. I can't remember the name of it, but it was the one where he was trying to speak in the UK in a Cockney accent, and he was failing so hard. I was like, wait a minute, this bro ain't doing it right. Like he sounds ridiculous. And,
I always liked this performance in Glory, like that's why I don't think that's why Training Day didn't impress me like that, because like if you ever seen Glory. Like, it's not a big jump for Denzel to be a bad guy.
It's not, but it's the fact that dude was, because like I said, if dude was gonna get an award, he should have gotten it from Malcolm X because he.
Thank you. So that's another thing where it's like I've seen Denzel.
That's why they gave it to him that year for Training Day to make up.
Yeah, because it was on some like, well, we missed Stillmatic, so here's Stillmatic. Like nigga, that's like 5 hours.
I mean, it's a cycle because like the Oscars always give the fucking lifetime achievement for a fucking award because they missed out when they should have gotten it. There's Al Pacino got it that year because he fucking missed out on it for Godfather 2 in the 70s, and so they gave it to him for that movie. What was it? I forgot the one where he played a blind dude.
I forgot. And that was a good movie. That was a good fucking movie too.
Scent of a Woman.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
and no, it was a good movie, no doubt. But Denzel should have won over that. So
yeah, I mean that was also the year that Halle Berry got one for playing much fucking Billy Bob in Monster Ball too. Like it just reeked of it just reeked of just so much nonsense. Like I don't know if you want to call it racial or whatever, but it reeked of
go all out for that.
Yeah.
But with Denzel, because in Glory, he played like a passive aggressive asshole type of.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess people miss that because it's during slavery, but
yeah,
like nigga, like there's going to be some assholes in slavery, like
facts.
Like so, I don't know why people that's why the whole Training Day shit ain't really like because if you see Glory, like he could be an asshole, so
right,
and you don't really see him like be an asshole like that in movies like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see little sparks, but for the most part you don't. So if you see that, you just know. So that's why I always felt like In Too Deep was a better fucking movie. Like,
yeah, In Too Deep was. I mean, that's probably
my classic.
Yeah, that's LL's probably best movie.
Hell yeah! Like easy. I felt like he did a better job than Denzel. It's just Denzel's a better actor, but the movie and the like, I felt like LL really had to be a kingpin criminal nigga. Like nobody thought LL could do that. He didn't rap like that.
Yeah, I mean, LL was straight up menacing. Dude, that's what dude was hitting the gym hard too. So dude looked, extra fucking menacing in that movie.
Unpopular opinion, by the way, with Denzel and his acting movies. Because I don't know why the fuck everybody always thought this was a bad movie. It's bullshit. But fucking Man on Fire was one of his best performances. Like
I have to see that. I still haven't seen Man.
Everybody's gonna go like, oh, it's not a good movie. It's bullshit. It's a good movie.
That's a great fucking movie.
I stepped away. Did y'all mention John Q? No, I'm just wondering.
No.
I just saying unpopular opinion that Man on Fire is one of Denzel's like best acting performances.
I gotta see that, and I still gotta see the Book of Eli. Like I ain't see all the Denzel.
You didn't see the oh my god, the Book of Eli is fire.
No, but I already got spoiled, so I never watched it either.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Because you know how many movies I've seen in my life. Like I missed them. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I missed some big ones. Like I ain't gonna lie.
No, but also not he put up a great performance in that. Also, fucking Gary Oldman put up a great performance in that movie as a bad guy. Like Gary Oldman might be one of the most versatile actors that people like that kind of doesn't get as heralded, but he's really fucking good. He could play any type of character in a movie.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised you've never seen Book of Eli. Of all the Denzel movies, like I think that's just like one of them. I'm just shocked, LB. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm a nigga who's seen Ricochet. Like motherfuckers, when I mentioned that, niggas like, huh? What?
Yeah, but I knew Denzel was truly goated when he made movies like Unstoppable look epic. Like Unstoppable should have never been a good movie. But that shit was fire.
True. And he made that a good movie. Yeah. So I've seen a lot of Denzel movies, but so many, like just like with Mel Gibson, like I've never seen Signs. Never seen Titanic. You're not missing much with Signs. Signs was. I still haven't seen Heat yet. Like.
Yeah, you might be tripping on that one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I know I am. Like I know I'm tripping on Heat. There's several movies, but then I'm a type of nigga. I've seen fucking the OG Dune and Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah.
So it's like I got like my movie range is up there. Like, and all the foreign films I done seen.
Yeah, yes, Marky. Signs was corny. Like I watched it. I remember I watched it in the theater because I took a chick to watch it.
What about Philadelphia? You fucking Philadelphia?
It's a good movie, but it's not a movie I like to watch all the time.
Yeah, it was okay at the time. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because Philadelphia.
More of a Natural Born Killers if we're talking about 90s films, bro.
Yo, that's another underrated movie because no one talks about how wild Natural Born Killers was.
Natural Born Killers is something that like I feel like you take an acid trip, you smoke, and you just watch it, and you just order food and chill, and just you don't even end up finishing. You don't remember finishing the movie, but you do.
Yeah. Yeah, and
wild ass trip. That's a pilot movie.
Yeah, like that. But yeah, because that movie was so wild, it was inspiring copycat type of like.
Yeah, it was.
Woody Harrelson did his thing in that fucking movie. Right.
That who else was Tommy Lee Jones in that, or was another? No,
yeah,
Rodney Dangerfield.
Robert Downey Jr. was in there.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, just a bunch of motherfuckers was killing that shit.
Look at old ass Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield was an asshole in that movie.
Yeah, he played that shit.
Yeah.
Rodney
What is it? You're free now, kid. Like,
yeah.
I might have to rewatch that. Like, Natural Born Killers was crazy. Like,
yeah.
Now, Woody Harrelson was in some fucking classics. Like,
yeah.
Damn.
No, Woody got a resume.
Yeah. Now he just phones it in these days. But I mean, he put in enough classics, I guess. But yeah, dude.
Well, didn't he have like some health problems and shit like that? So I mean, I wonder if that played a part. He just
I feel like Owen Wilson took like Woody Harrelson's lane.
I can see that. I can definitely see that
because they both kind of look alike, and then they kind of just go for those parts. But like Woody Harrelson's more talented, of course.
I never really liked Owen Wilson like that. I always thought he was annoying, honestly. Like
he's serviceable.
I like Luke because of Blue Streak. I don't know, he was funny on Blue Streak, but yeah, man, both those brothers are kind of weird. I ain't gonna lie.
He said,
"Damn, we talking about some fucking. Why are we talking about movies so much today? What happened?"
I don't know. Well, as soon as we talked about, I don't know, but it's a fire conversation, though.
yeah. Like I'm feeling it, but I'm just like, wow, okay, like
yeah. Like I said, we didn't even play on rant about movies, but like we name a whole bunch of some classics. But Marquis, Signs was corny. Go see the Book of Eli, absolutely. All that shit. Signs was a waste of my fucking money. Like, I think you only saw like one shot of the alien, and everyone was like gasping and that. And I'm just like, you soft motherfuckers, man. Get the fuck out of here. Signs was a stupid, and the ending was stupid as fuck too. Yeah. Yeah, it was like it was a Netflix ending before it was a Netflix ending.
Yeah, I've never seen them damn Inception.
I love it. Inception was a trip though. I remember I was like, I remember, like, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But then, Inception is a pure trip. Like, that shit had me.
I feel you, but since I seen Paprika, I never really wanted to see Inception. So,
yeah, Inception deserved the awards, and Inception is a wild movie. I only watched it twice because
you seen Shutter Island?
nope.
Shutter Island is dope too.
That's a really good one.
Yeah,
I've seen Revenant.
yeah. Leo, obviously, like, I don't think Leo has ever made a bad movie. He might be one of the few that, I mean, I can't think of any.
Yeah, I mean, a lot. I disagree. A lot of people call. A lot of people call him like one of the best actors of his generation. I disagree, but he's up there. I don't think he's the best of his generation, but he's
better than him.
Honestly, I prefer, no, I'll be honest. I prefer Christian Bale over Leo.
I don't know. Christian Bale is kind of a hack to me.
Christian Bale can act his ass off. And
I don't know he has the range, but he's up there.
Like, I like the fact that Christian Bale is a method actor and will go to extreme lengths to fit his roles. But some of his movies I never really liked like that. Like he was a decent Batman, and stuff like that though. But his movies were kind of hit and miss.
He was one of the best. He was one of the better Batmans, like, to me.
No, his movies were the better Batmans. He wasn't the better Batman.
No. I'm sorry. As without the bat suit, without the fucking annoying voice, but like as a Bruce Wayne, he was great as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he was. But some of his movies I don't really like.
American Psycho is one of my favorite movies.
I mean, that's the classic. Yeah, sure. That's his classic movie.
It's solid.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't
that
like
shit with Hugh Jackman.
What's that? I'm sorry.
What's that shit with Hugh Jackman?
With
the Magicians.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie. I forgot the name.
He kills that.
Yeah.
The Prestige.
Yeah, the Prestige. Yeah, he kills that.
Yeah, I mean, he killed his role in Shaft. I mean, he was a true asshole in Shaft.
Yeah, he killed that in Shaft.
Yeah,
like he's up there. Like, I don't know if I can say he's better than Leo though. That's bold. Really.
I prefer him over Leo. I'll be honest.
Hold on, who was that nigga from In Blood, or the nigga with the oil movie? Is that Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis. I was gonna say he's another one that's up there.
Yeah, if you would say like Daniel Day-Lewis, if you put him over Leo, I could see that.
Honestly, I think I might prefer him over Leo too. To be honest with you.
I wouldn't disagree with that. But putting Christian Bale over Leo is like, wow.
Yeah, I can't do it. Leo's movies did more for me. Like, his movies were actually fire, like, to me.
But it's not even just the movies; it's the acting. Like I don't feel like I feel like Leo could do Christian Bale's movies, but Christian Bale couldn't do Leo's movies. If that makes sense.
Also, Joaquin Phoenix is up there for me.
Joaquin, yeah, I mean, he was a pretty good Joker, although they fucking ruined Joker 2 with that.
I mean, I'm not saying like, I'm not just naming people I would put over Leo, but like people that I would put up there as one of the best. Like,
I'm waiting for niggas that you would put over him if you're gonna say he overrated.
No, I
brought up Daniel Day-Lewis.
No, I know. I never said he was overrated. I just said I don't think like he's the clear cut best of his generation.
Okay, give me one person that you think is clear cut the best over him.
Over who? My fault. Real quick. Over who?
Over Leonardo DiCaprio as an actor from his era.
I would put Bale and Daniel Day-Lewis over him.
Nigga, I said that name. I'm talking about you.
But here's the thing. I was gonna say that before you beat me to the punch.
Johnny Depp? No.
Johnny, I like Johnny Depp. I don't think I would put him over Leo.
He's at the KG.
I don't think I would put him over Leo. But
he's right there though. He's closer than fucking Christian Bale.
Growing Pains. I remember when I was real young watching Growing Pains and remember Leo being the troubled kid and shit. That's how I remember him first. It's kind of crazy how he came up.
Like I definitely put Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is closer than fucking Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
I think Christian Bale just been in better movies. Like, but you could be a good actor in great movies. Then you could be a great actor that makes mid movies that are great now are good because your acting kind of sell the movie.
Facts.
And I feel like Leo does that more. Like, I ain't see Wolf of Wall Street, but I heard he was good at that.
He was.
But yeah, like Johnny Depp up there. I don't know. I don't think I would put him over Leo. So far, we only came up with Daniel Day-Lewis. So I mean, when a nigga say he overrated, like I feel like this is like not overrated. My bad. You didn't say overrated, but when you say he's not the clear-cut best.
Yes, of his generation, yes.
But then you can only name one nigga. I'm thinking about the name. That's just like when we were talking about, and I know this was years ago, because you and I don't get in our little battles anymore. And niggas is like, yo, Golovkin's not a top 10 middleweight. And I'm like, well, you got to name 10 niggas above him in middleweight. And then we just get to like 5.
Speaking of Golovkin, should we talk about that poll real quick?
Yeah, if you want to do that, you can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that's P's one. He can see it unless he.
Hold up, let me log into Twitter again.
Yeah, I gave this nigga the sequel one, but you know, I guess it was busy.
No. Honestly, I was swamped today, so pause. But I got you tomorrow.
Hold on, Swamp is paused now?
I don't know. It just sounded crazy. So
nah, because I'm like, what the fuck? They got like somebody suing DC Comics. Like
it did sound a little crazy.
Yeah, it was a really busy day. So
a swamp man in the jungle, like did something.
But the good thing is, you know, the first one had a full 24-hour cycle. So now we'll do the next one. I'll put it up tomorrow. I got you.
Word. I think that was gonna be an interesting one too. They're gonna put a lot of shit into more like a deeper perspective. Like,
all right. So we asked, which of these fighters do you think was truly elite? And you can only pick one. Spence, Golovkin, Chocolatito, or Loma. We got 234 votes. Keep voting.
Damn.
And 42% said Chocolatito was truly elite. 32% said Golovkin. 17% said Loma. And 9% said Spence. To me, it was clear cut. It's Chocolatito. If I had to choose
Spence, I saw Spence above Loma for a second.
It's Chocolatito. Like,
yeah, I picked Roman.
I didn't have to think twice about it.
I picked Chocolatito too, of course. But I do think they're all elite. I think they're all elite fighters. But yeah, if you going down 1 to 4, then let's Choc first.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that it got so much. It actually got so much attention. I was like, oh wow, there's a lot of votes on there. And people had a lot of opinions on that.
I'm looking at all the retweets. Like at one point, there was like 20 retweets. It was more retweets than likes.
We got a lot of fucking quotes on it. I tried to retweet a lot, the most of the quotes, but some of them were kind of
like ass.
Yeah, but I mean, I picked Chocolatito too. Chocolatito is also the one that gets the least respect for
like a PBC show. Y'all know his name rhymes with Marvin, but he was like, we count him baby weights.
That motherfucker. That motherfucker is the pure PBC like stand boy. So it's like,
but he be making great points. But then that's the thing with most niggas now. Like they'll make such great points, but then the opposite, they're horrible. Their bad takes are like horrible takes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's nobody like besides us that's really just balanced and just okay. Like, our bad takes aren't like the most worst horrible take you ever heard in the world type shit. It's like, I disagree, but I still listen to them niggas. I still fuck with them. But a lot of these niggas, they'll say some cool shit, whatever. Then they'll say a bad take. And the bad take almost is like damn near worse than the good take. Like it almost cancels it out.
Yeah, because it's like there's like Chocolatito is the epitome of pound for pound. But like I said, he managed to get HBO and he managed to have noteworthy fights on there. But it's like people like to front him because he's fighting at 115, 112, and all that. Like
now overall, he had the best like. Out of everybody on that list, I think he had the best career. and he'll rank higher all time. Great. Me personally, I picked Golovkin, and the only reason I did that because I was about to pick Chocolatito, but then when I said elite, like when I really looked at everything, and I could kind of understand why Golovkin got so many votes too. Like he's a runner-up. Like I feel like on that whole list, he's the only one who has a real, truly elite like attribute, which is the power. Like his shit is like a 10.
Yeah.
And nobody else has any attribute like that's elite on that level to me.
Well, that also is Chin too. Like I mean, that dude
and his Chin.
No, I think his all-time Chin. Chin is whenever I hear great Chins of all. Because pause, I know somebody shared that Jaws post, but there's also Pro Box did a thing about Jaws, the best Jaws in boxing.
And real talk, that Jaws article was crazy. It's not Jaws, it's Chin. Like no one calls someone has a good jaw. Like no one says that.
But I will say like Triple G always gets mentioned with the best chin of all, among the best chins.
Yeah, it's not just his chin too. Like dude's punch resistance is crazy. Like body shots, the same thing. Like he's only got hurt by like one body punch like that. Like it's.
And he takes like good shots. It's not like one of those guys who, he never fights punchers or even guys who aren't the punchers don't like really try their hardest to hurt him because they're like, shit, if I don't hurt this nigga, he gonna kill me. Like, so niggas be throwing their best shots, like Kell Brook and them niggas. Yeah. Like Kell Brook was 147 throwing like a junior middleweight against Golovkin.
Yeah. But the problem
like that type of shit. Like, so that's why he took my vote. Like, all of them have elite skills, Loma footwork is, his greatest attribute, Spence, the pressure, the jab, like, the body work, all of that. Like,
yeah. And on top of that, with Triple G, he like the cans that people are going to distance with lately, he got rid of them. Like there's very rare examples of a can going the distance with him.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like he didn't play with his food. Like he had one like clear elite attribute that was just you always had to deal with. Like it wasn't one of those, well, if I have power, then that kind of takes away Lomachenko's footwork type of shit. Or if I got supreme boxing skills, that kind of take away everything Spence does. Like it was an attribute where power was always there with Golovkin. You just had to deal with that motherfucker. Like it would manifest on you somehow through a jab or a right hand, a body shot, left hooks. Somehow you had to deal with that. So I don't think nobody else on that list had something just like that. Chocolatito, I think, has the most high level of everything. Like, like an even amount because he's much faster than Golovkin. I mean, these the little weights, whatever niggas want to make jokes about. But for his size, he had quick hands. He was fast. You know what I'm saying? You might could say he looked more talented than Golovkin. Although you can see Golovkin got talent. All those niggas on that list got talent. Like crazy talent. Like even Spence, you can't tell me Spence don't have talent.
He did, but like I said, I mean, but I won't rehash, anything like that. Yeah. But Spence,
but put an elite talent with elite skills, and then that's when you have a difference between a Spence and a Chocolatito. Because if you think about it, 3 out of 4 people on that list fight the same way.
That's facts.
But that's like the difference is it's like you put Jordan, Kobe, and Wade on that list, and then you put T-Mac.
Yeah, no, both.
There's a difference with all them niggas. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no. But like I said, they all had to. But like I said, Spence, his elite period just didn't last long. Like it's shorter than the others on this. So.
Yeah, definitely. But he was elite, regardless of what Crawford says. Spence was elite.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate things kind of took that elite period away from him.
I know we did a Spence Loma poll like not even probably a month ago or less, and I think Loma won that a little bit. But I think all these fighters were elite. I mean, but if you wanted to,
but I think that was a better career poll though.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm saying that. But if you want to say who's the most elite, I mean, Chocolatito did have the I don't know if it's HBO marketing, but he had the pound for pound shit, on lock. He was a pound for pound fighter. He was,
Which a lot of people fucking hated. Like yeah,
Because it was at a time where Andre Ward wasn't doing shit, and it's like Chocolatito was dominating, and niggas, who hate those lower weights weren't paying attention, and they were just having a hissy fit.
right.
It was the Ward fans who ain't really like Chocolatito being on number one pound for pound.
Yeah, and like Ward himself, like I mean, yeah, he was a top fighter though, but dude's fights after he came back from his injury, they were not something home to write about. That's for damn sure.
Nope.
But let
he
people,
should have lost that first Kovalev fight. Fuck all that.
Yeah, but let people tell it, dude. He came back, he was fighting killers after the Super 6, like that, like he wasn't. But that's a different conversation. But and Ward's and also Ward's career to me has a question mark because as soon as he got the light heavyweight titles, his body gave out, his knees gave out of him, his injuries came. So he never at least got to. I mean, because there was a better beef that was waiting in the wings. There was a lot of light.
There was a shitload of good fights at light heavyweight.
He moved up in weight, and the way him and Kovalev, those rewards, he was like, I see better beef. I'm good. People try to say Bivol. I don't think he was scared of Bivol. I think it was better beef, if anything.
I mean, it
was like a Terrence Crawford at 154 take. It was more like you got you got nothing but tough fights. You had Bivol, fucking Pascal. You had fucking Badu Jack. You had
Superman was still there. He had
Adonis Stevenson. You had who's that one nigga? Pat went to see him. Alexander or
I went to
Golowski, Glasgow. Damn, Pat, you know who I'm talking about.
Who did I go see? I'm just for light heavyweights.
Well, yeah.
Who did I
think Benavidez fought him recently.
David Benavidez fought him recently?
Yeah.
Who did I go see? I have to go.
Damn.
David Benavidez. Who did I actually see? That's actually still fighting from Ward.
I thought he was
from Ward's era.
Oh, he's one of those names that was still kind of like building up, ain't it? Like
Vosdick. Okay, yeah.
Vosdick. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'm wrong, but you like light heavyweight had names like It was nothing but like hard work for everybody in light heavyweight. Yeah, you could even throw fucking Joe Smith. Like all these niggas was dangerous work right there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's like after he beat Kovalev, it was like, okay, shit, like you ain't. It's not like you defended against some of that hard work. That was it.
Yeah. Light heavyweight was like, I mean, was a monster. It's like you couldn't avoid no type of smoke. Definitely got to do a lighter Alvarez too, because I saw him.
Yeah, him too. Like
Yeah,
definitely.
There was some hard ass fights, and that's the thing. It had Ward actually went through some of the gauntlet and fought some of those fighters, then I wouldn't have never had an issue. I mean, because like I said, the fact that he got put in the Hall of Fame before James Toney is disgusting to me. That will never.
Yeah, because they treat Ward like he's an all-time great when he's more just like a Hall of Famer. Like they act like he's not even above like De La Hoya to me. Like I don't think Ward had a better career than Winky Wright. Like, like I don't think he's had a better career than Bradley. To be honest.
Yeah. Like I say,
his biggest wins ain't really, hit like that.
Yeah, except for maybe the Kessler and the Dawson fight, and those were.
Yeah, but the Dawson is like, bro, like if you'd have moved up and beat his ass like that, that's one thing. Mm-hmm. The man came down to you, and then you beat his ass, and then you eventually moved up anyway. Right. Like that's some stupid shit, man.
Yeah. But yeah,
and I don't say that. I say that as a Chad Dawson fan and just a boxing fan in general.
Yeah. Oh God, I still remember with Ward Like I remember on the Kali, like motherfuckers were hyping up him versus the Brand, and that was on HBO Latino because HBO wouldn't air that bullshit.
Yeah.
And niggas were hyping the shit up. I'm like, do you know who the fuck he's facing? Like and he didn't even stop him. Like it was just a whole fucking 120, not bullshit. Like this is not a good fight.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The Kali cool, like, but man, you had a lot of weirdo boxing niggas on that bitch. Like real fucking talk. Like niggas had some of the goddamn worst boxing opinions I've seen. Like almost as bad as the shit that be on boxing Twitter.
Yeah, and I was like, why am I
right there?
Like, I mean, I get if you want to see him fight, but that was you like seeing war fight, but that wasn't an entertaining fight. At least I'm like, come on, like motherfuckers had to stop capping on that one. I was like, that was a shit fight, and he shouldn't have fought him in the first place. So it's like, come on, like there was a reason why it's on HBO Latino instead of regular HBO because they will put niggas to sleep if you put it on main HBO. Like, goddamn, like war.
I'm glad he blanked Froch though. Fuck Froch.
Yeah. Froch to this day will bitch and moan and and stuff like that.
Lucky they scored it close for him because it damn sure wasn't.
Yeah, like he beat you with one good hand, and he outboxed your caveman ass. Like, come on, bro. Like, it was your fight to make it. He made you look ordinary. So. Yeah,
I never was impressed by Frost, I just felt like, and people would still be like, "Oh, he's so great, Hall of Fame." I just don't see it. Like,
style-wise, he's not great, but Frost owns some serious zeros, like legitimate zeros. So
now he does. He got some crazy wins, but it's like he never been the dominant force in the division, and it's like he goes life and death for everything.
Yeah, well, except against Abraham, he outboxed the fuck out of that dude. But yeah,
yeah, but it's like been there, done that. like we've seen that Abraham get outboxed so many fucking times.
Yeah, except everyone except fucking Jermaine Taylor. So
yeah, except fucking Jermaine Taylor.
Yeah,
but for the most part, so it's like the man, like, dude, this how bad Carl Froch is, Like Mikkel Kessler landed 50% of his power punches in the rematch and still lost.
Yeah.
Like you beat somebody and they still land 50% of the power punches on you? Jeez, nigga, like what are you doing?
Froch, honestly, Froch should have more losses than anything. I just never understand why he only has 2 losses. But
that's why when he always bitched about the damn Mikkel Kessler first fight, and I'm like, nigga, you lost that fight.
Oh, he lost that fight, and it was
like you got a Darrell robbery, bro. Like you should have lost that. Like, you think you're undefeated, nigga?
Yeah, I was so fucking heated that fight because Darrell. I mean, it wasn't the best fight to watch, but Darrell clearly rocked dude 3 times in that fight. Like clearly, like
that ref was on some bullshit.
Yeah, there was no because it was in fucking Nottingham, old Peter, fucking Peter Pan ass Forest and shit like that, like
Robin Hood ass nigga.
They robbed that nigga like blind, like
nose nigga.
And like that's why it's like if he's bitching about the Kessler, the first Kessler, that was the best fight. That was a stone cold fight of the year. That was a war.
Yeah,
I remember that shit was.
The rematch was good too, though.
Yeah, no, but that first fight, because I remember it was epic. Because I remember Kessler, I think, had to take a helicopter to the fucking island to fight.
There's a volcano or something went on.
Yeah, because of the volcano, and them niggas went to war. Like that shit was a classic fight.
Hey, yo, let me ask you this. I don't know if there was a thread on the Kali. Some Brazilian chick in Indonesia fell down an active volcano during a tourist hike.
Mm-hmm.
That's some wild shit, right? Like
she died, right? I assume.
They got drone footage. They said she was down there. Like she's like 16,000 feet or some 1,600 feet or some shit.
My bad. What is it again? What country over there?
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Because they said basically like she was with the tour guide and a bunch of other people, and they're hiking. And at one point, she's like, "Can we take a break? I'm tired." And And they're like, nah, not yet. Like, let's keep going. And she takes a break anyway, and they leave her. Then she gets lost trying to find them, and then she falls somehow, slides, and she's into like the volcano.
Yeah,
I think her knee got wedged somewhere or something too.
I mean, she definitely died. Like, there's no way.
No, they said there was footage of her alive at one point. Like, she didn't die immediately.
Yeah, but I mean,
but it's like, I'm like, how long is this going to? Because they were saying like they couldn't, like, if y'all could get drones to see her, like they were saying they was having difficulty to get to her. Like they got down there like maybe 600 feet, but you still needed like another 1,000 feet more feet. So it's like, I'm just like, wow, that's like that's some crazy way to go, my nigga.
Yeah,
because of fumes and shit.
Yeah, so I mean, so I'm reading the article on so yeah, so she was alive. She survived the initial fall, but but when they got her out of there, she was deceased.
Oh, so they got her out now?
Yeah, they found her body. They got her out, but she didn't make it.
Oh wow, damn! All right.
Yeah, there was no way she was gonna make it.
Yeah, that's something where like if a nigga can't get you immediately or within 30 minutes, like that's it.
Bro, even within like 45 seconds, your skin is just off the bone.
I mean, it depends if there's actual like lava and shit like that. Because some volcanoes are just like you could fall in it, but you won't necessarily.
No, I think that one had actual lava in it.
Oh.
But she didn't fall in the lava.
She fell in a crater. She didn't fall in the lava. Yeah, she fell in the lava. They would have not.
Yeah, there's no story, nigga. Like, what she thought she fell in the lava?
No, I mean, I'm sure there was. I don't know if she fell in the lava, but
no.
This ain't Ronin Warriors, nigga. Like,
yeah, they said she fell in the crater. Like, if she fell in the lava, they would have not got her body out. Like that shit would have been stone.
Like she fell. Like, you know how like if you see like the inside of the volcano or whatever, like. It's more like she landed on a ledge or something inside, or a layer apart, but not actually inside not in the actual lava part.
Yeah,
but it would be lava would be below her. Yeah, but then when you get the fumes and all the heat and shit, but
that'll do her in easy.
Because I think the fumes more than anything, like.
Yeah, because all the gas and shit. Yeah, unless she had a gas mask, she was gone.
So that's crazy, like nigga.
Yeah, of all the ways to go, I would not want to go out in the volcano. Like that's. And of course, luckily I don't have a fascination to even go see a volcano site. I don't care if it's active or not. I don't have any. That's not something that interests me at all. So.
No.
Yeah. Damn that shit.
Yeah, and I feel like like if I had it like that, there's certain shit I would try, but then like hiking near an active volcano, even if it's non-active, just ain't, it's not something I just like, ooh, I gotta do that.
Yeah, that's nothing for me. And I've gone hiking on vacations, but active volcano, just like safaris and shit, keep me the fuck away from them. Like I have no interest in being anywhere near them shits.
And shark cages, like I could be on the boat at the top of the water, but I don't think I need to be in a shark cage.
Yeah, like why the fuck do I want to do it face to face with Jaws, nigga? Like that shit don't fascinate me. All you gotta do is
if you ever see that video with the shark, I think it's a great white actually gets stuck in the cage.
Yeah, and I think didn't it kill itself because what they got through so hard.
No, there's a couple of it because one of them, like, it gets out, but there's a dude in the cage and he gets out, but you don't see it. And so when the shark gets out, everybody's like, "Oh shit!" Like, what the fuck happened? Then you see the dude get out at the end. And you're like, "Oh, like yeah." He said, "Yeah, I swam out at the end." It's like, God damn, because the shit looked like it's like a good 14 feet. Like,
they gotta miss me with that shit. Shark cages, volcanoes, safaris. Like that list of things that I have no interest in fucking doing. Yeah. And I can swim too, so I'm not. So I have no use. Like, why do like? I can see a shark. You get them in a fucking aquarium, and they're behind like double, like real steel forced glass or some shit like that, and I'll watch them in their element. But but I have no. I'm not gonna go in the fucking ocean and let one of these motherfuckers, because one of them will get lucky one day and they'll get in the fucking cage, and it's dinner time. So
yeah, I don't know. If my luck, I just don't want to put myself in situations where, like, you could be unlucky or you could have one of those moments, and it's like curtains for you. Like, yeah, I mean, like, because put me near an active volcano, I'll be the nigga that's the day there when it's fucking, it fucking blows or some shit.
That's not good. I mean,
put me on a shark boat, and somehow the captain got drunk the night before, and he got us out there on the boat on the water. Like, because I've had situations where it's like, yo, why the fuck I get this situation? Like, so when your life is like that, you kind of try to chill from being in situations where it could be just worse. Like, or
right,
like, damn, like, what could make your car being in a canal worse? Type shit. Like,
facts.
Will make the car on fire now, nigga. Like,
and yes, Miss Bitch, the ocean is the scariest. Yeah, oceans. I have a little bit of fear of the ocean. Like, I can swim in there, and I swim in the ocean and stuff like that, though. But yeah, goddamn, like, when if you don't control, if you're not control of that while you're in the ocean, that ocean will just take you under, easy.
That sea is crazy. I mean, the sea is so much of the world, low key. Like, it's
like we know more in this what goes on in the skies than we do in the seas. That's the crazy shit.
Under the sea.
Yeah, like
under the sea.
Yeah, I swam in a.
That's because like it's so dark down there. Like, you don't.
I think like. It was the anniversary, like 2 or 3 years of that fucking submarine shit,
Well, they were idiots. They were idiots.
Yeah, that submarine shit is wild too, because water pressure is no joke, and they took a man-made vehicle or whatever the fuck down there, and the pressure basically crushed it to the point where you can't even retrieve. There's no bodies. That's insane. That's insane pressure. Like all them people, they died a horrible death down there.
That was stupid of them. Yeah. I don't know what. This is what happens when you give idiots money. They spend
this is about a year ago, but still, this is kind of crazy. It happened a year ago.
I don't feel bad for him. I'm sorry.
I know. I feel bad for the kid because the kid didn't really want to go, and I heard
he got dragged down there. PlayStation controller.
The kid I feel bad for.
The dad got dragged. The dumbass dad dragged his kid into it. What the fuck, you dumbass? Like, I'm sorry, you're rich.
And I know as the mom, you gotta feel upset. Like, you gotta feel horrible. Like, if there was ever an argument you could have had where it's like, nah, like, don't take my kid on that stupid shit. Like, that was the one time to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing was just trying, and it could have been easily avoided. But some people, some motherfuckers like to skate uphill. You dig?
Natural selection. Natural selection exists. Yeah.
But yo, speaking of ocean bodies, y'all, you also heard about that story where I think these chicks were out on a yacht, whatever, drinking and partying, and then one of them like falls overboard and drowns.
Yeah, I seen that. What a moron.
I mean, fall from a yacht because one thing that thing about yachts, like, if you dive in the ocean, it's not just the drowning, it's sharks too that be following them fucking boats.
Yep.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, because the shark, because they know that, like, because they patiently wait for some idiot to go dive in there, and they rip them apart, and you'll never see them again.
And you get these idiots that think, oh, well, I'll see a shark coming because you'll see the fin up. No, this ain't a motherfucking movie. Like, you're not gonna see I'll see the fin. I can swim. And even if you did see the fin, what the fuck you gonna do about it? You gonna swim away from it?
Because first of all, like. Now, y'all make great points because it, like, depending on what ocean you are, there's more likelihood for sharks to get you. But one thing that does attract the sharks, a lot of niggas is damn doggy paddling and splashing, and that movement, attracts them. A lot of, like, if you're just floating on top of the waves, vibing, niggas might not fuck with you, like. Unless niggas really saw you, like, niggas know you.
Or they're really hungry.
Yeah, you feel me? But yeah, because there's certain places, there's kind of like there's not sharks just everywhere on the ocean. I don't want to put out that, but yeah, when you're talking following big ass boats like cruises and liners and military like big shit, yeah, a bunch of blue sharks, a lot of gray sharks. Like sharks follow them shits. Yachts, they depending on what area, yeah, but they see waste and just constant movement and niggas be fishing on the yachts and shit, so they might follow alert, be in the area, but you also intoxicated too.
Yeah.
And it's how you hit the water too.
Yeah, I remember that video in Egypt, like because there's a lot of snuff video on there where the dude was in the ocean in Egypt, and then like a hammerhead or whatever shark, tiger shark, yeah, was eating his ass. I was just like, what the fuck, yo?
And you heard him out there screaming, like he was screaming for his dad and everything, like
yeah.
They caught the shark, the shit like bit up his leg, arm, like that shit was in his stomach, like
they had to because they had to kill the shark because the shark got it tastes of human flesh, and once they got that, they're gonna want
crazy more. Part is it wasn't even a big ass tiger shark like that. It was like
just like a small, like I don't want to say small, but like a medium size, like a medium.
Yeah, it was about like maybe 10.
I don't
even think it was bigger than 12 feet.
No, I don't think it was because I don't think it was a fully grown shark. It might have been like a kid shark. Like it was like
I wasn't no kid. Like it definitely
not like a teenage shark. Like not like you know what I mean. Though.
Yeah, no. Because I mean, if it could swallow whole legs and arms, it definitely. Because that shit, remember that shit was tossing them around like. But when you seen the shark, like it's like, okay, like it's big. I can see it doing this. But damn, like this shit really went for your ass because we've seen bigger sharks, like that shit was like 10 or 11 feet, like maybe 12 at the most. But yeah, it wasn't a big shark, like, but it fucked them up, and that was like a month or so after that whole Ocean Gate shit.
Yeah,
that's what we were. Because I remember we talked about it on the rant session, and we was like, damn, the ocean ain't playing this year, like.
Yeah, now
I guess it's back now. The ocean ain't playing this year.
No, and fun things too, because I used to like to go to Cape Cod in the summertime because and swim in the ocean and stuff like that. But years ago, great whites made their way into that shit.
I was gonna say, sharks started to make their way.
Wildin', you African for real, god dog.
Nigga,
you couldn't give me to swim in the goddamn Cape Cod, bro.
No, I mean Cape Cod is
that was a thing. Like people used to do that a lot.
Yeah,
but still, like Nick, dude, on that side of the world, it's like all the sharks are like more dangerous and just bigger. Like you're gonna get more great whites in the Pacific Ocean than you're gonna get them in the Atlantic.
But the thing goes, they were never sharks in that area. Like they never came until one day.
They migrated their way there.
They migrated their way there, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck that shit.
Just like dolphins migrated their way to the Bronx. We got dolphins in the fucking floating upstream in the rivers. Like,
yeah.
No, but that's a good thing because it lets you know the water's like clean because they're not swimming upstream in no dirty ass fucking water. So, yeah, I don't mind the dolphins, but if I'm hearing sharks is somewhere, yeah, no, I'm good.
If you gonna get dolphins, you gonna get sharks eventually. You gonna get bull sharks. That's what we had out here in these canals. They're the freshwater sharks. They're real aggressive. They're about like 10 feet, kind of fat.
Did you say that they made it into your canals?
That's a known thing, bro. Like what the bro? Like look, man. Florida, like look, we got like alligators. Even freshwater crocodiles be down here. We also have bull sharks. They're the only shark that can swim in freshwater and salt water. So when you see a shark in a canal, most likely it's the damn bull shark.
Now that I think about it, I do think I remember hearing something about like in Daytona Beach where like they were like the sharks were spotted like there and like they had to evacuate and like they had to like just get out. Nobody could be in the water, and I'm like, God damn, it's crazy.
These sharks they attack more people than any other shark.
They
like a bull shark will definitely fuck with you. Like the tiger sharks and great whites and makos, they're bigger, but it's like it's not a guarantee. Like there's like they will fuck with you, but like a bull shark, they aggressive, they look mean.
Yeah, they're
They
gonna want to
definitely
know.
will fuck with you.
Yeah, they want to know what's really the deal. Like they will attack you.
Yeah, like they definitely, so when you factor in that, and then these niggas is fighting alligators, and you got water moccasins, and
So
nigga, you can.
so I guess that's where they got the inspiration for that from that Paris movie because like that. I mean, that was obviously that's a great shark movie. Motherfuckers made it into the canals and shit in France and stuff like that, and they were fucking shit up though. Great fucking movie. I might need to run that back at some point. Yeah.
We talk about the best movie. We gotta talk. Before we leave, we got to talk about Diablo before we be out.
Yes.
Recent film I came upon. Because I've been wanting to, because like we've been watching a lot of good horror movies, and they've been eating. So we also like our action martial art movies, and that category hasn't been eaten for a while. Like it's been okay. It had a snack or two. The shows have been eaten, but not the movies.
Right.
So because KO came out and that was cool. That was about a 7. It's solid. Ending was kind of mid, so that's what dropped the rating. Mm-hmm. So I still had that thirst for like I need some real head busting, like some pause. I need some real like skull cracking. Like some violence. I need some ass whooping. Came across a Diablo with Scott Adkins, and yeah, that's just fire. Like one of his best movies in years, where it's like you could tell like he kind of took it serious, and the co-star, the opposite person, the villain, is another like good martial artist. So it's like he had moments, and like it's like it was almost like a natural unwritten competition in the movie, like who could make their scenes better.
And truthfully, they were neck and neck. I think if we want to talk about the good parts of the movie, that was like it seemed like Dude understood what he needed to do. He made his character was more menacing than Scott Adkins' character. Like Dude was a sicko. Like he was a sick motherfucker.
And Scott Adkins' character was like brutal, like badass. Like he was just fucking people up. Like he was one-shotting niggas. Like so to see Scott, like it was probably the best Scott Adkins movie since like The Avengement or some shit.
Yeah,
which was real good. But that was some years ago. But he's made other movies that was cool. I think The Accident Tourist or a few of those, and they was all right. Like they, 6 or 7,
Yeah, they were a little bit. They had too much goofy shit in them. Like
yeah, like they weren't like the serious. Like it's like comparing Jackie Chan's like Hong Kong movies to like the American joints. Like
facts.
It's like they fall in a certain category, but one version is just harder than the others.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Scott Adkins, he went back to like, let me just make brutal badassery. Like the story is decent enough, but let me kind of focus on the fighting and the cinematography and the action. And that's what the movie excelled at. Great kicks, punches. They sell the shit real good.
Dude with the Mr. Han hand from Enter the Dragon on there. Yeah, that shit was a fist, and then he took off the fist. It was a fucking knife. Yeah, dude, and then goddamn, and he was letting the women have it on there. Like dude had no scruples. Like the women were getting like beat down like it was nobody's business. He didn't give a fuck. Like he was like, goddamn, like don't please Hammer, don't hurt him. Shit.
Yeah, he was whooping ass in that shit. But yeah, that I give it a 9 out of 1 through 10. I can't see it lower than an 8 though. It's one of his better movies.
Yeah, like the only thing about that movie that I didn't like too was I think there was there was a main plot and there was a side plot, and I just thought they were kind of doing too much with the main and side plots. So especially near the end, and it wasn't really. And it wasn't as it explained it, but it wasn't fleshed out the way it probably could have been, which probably stopped it from being a 10.
Yeah, because you could tell when they wrote it, they thought there was like, yeah, this is gonna be hot, but it didn't execute the way they probably planned it or
Right.
wanted it to. But other than that, like the pacing is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's never boring. Like
Hell
it
no.
keeps you moving, and some of the fight scenes are just like wow.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen a good like fighting movie in a good little minute. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's good to see a good like action is one thing, like but a martial arts fighting violent movie, you want to like those hit different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joshua, oh, what it do? Spike Lee's old boy was ass. Yeah.
Yeah. I've only watched that one once, and I wasn't impressed.
Spike Lee.
But yeah, salute Joshua O. But yeah, no, yeah, full recommendation to go see Diablo. Yeah, the Diablo definitely hit. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. It was a good hard movie, like hard action, no bullshit, and then also opened up for a sequel too. Left it open for a sequel, so I was even I look forward to that. See what they're gonna do because they're gonna have to explain that one.
I mean, if you could bring Reg back, shit, you can explain anything.
Facts. But yeah, I think we've touched upon a lot of stuff to rant about. It was a good little rant session about a lot of different things. So yeah,
A
man.
lot of movies.
It was a good 2 hour, good little two hour pack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Good 2 hour pack and shit.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, Gashi, what up?
Shout out with obviously shout out with Blazing Kill with the Mosley and Judah question and stuff like that. So yeah, no, it was I fuck with this rant session though.
Hey, let me ask you this real quick.
Papa Banter.
Corey Spinks versus Shade Mosley at 154. Who wins?
Wait, who? Spinks or Mosley?
Yeah.
I got Mosley, probably.
Yeah, I'd have to say
Mosley, but I'm gonna be honest, that has all the potential to be a stinky fight.
Yeah, I agree. Trash, yeah.
All right, one more real quick for the road. Corey Spinks versus Miguel Cotto at 154.
I'll go with Spinks on that
I
one.
think Spinks would win, but once again, in a stinky fight, he would win. Yeah. I'm sorry, I do not enjoy watching Spinks fight.
Yeah, Corey Spinks. Yeah, let's put it. Corey Spinks near the end of his career, some of his fights were kind of very hit or miss. I remember watching the Carlos Molina fight because it was on ESPN, and dude was struggling so hard. Like Molina knocked him down and everything. I'm just like, God damn, that's why I knew dude was truly washed. Like he was, Corey Spinks though could box. Definitely, like he was definitely he had fundamentals for days. But
because he beat Roman Parmesan, right?
Probably the best boxing family of all time, arguably the Spinks. I mean, they got to be up there.
Yeah, Spinks has talent, but there's only so many fights you can do that negative boxing bullshit, and I just get pissed.
He's better than a lot of these new niggas y'all be dick riding. The fuck? What the Shakur Stevens to do any better than goddamn Corey Spinks?
I mean, I've had issues. I've had issues with Shakur lately too with the negative boxing, right? So
all these niggas is damn.
He needs to put his foot in Zepeda's ass.
And these guys are naturally better punchers than Spinks, and they afraid to punch. Like,
yeah, I mean, Spinks. I mean, what used to kill me though is Spinks could box people up, but then he got stopped by K9 twice. And I'm like, how does that shit fucking work? Why is that a thing? Like,
I mean, that by that point, Spinks was just
he was kind of done.
Yeah, like honestly, by that point, he kind of didn't have any business really being in the ring
because he had beat Karmazin and DeAndre Lattimore at 154, right?
Yeah, he did. The Lattimore fight was close. The Lattimore could have won that. Probably should have won that fight, but
nah, like he came back, stood in front of this man, and beat him up after being dropped. Like that showed me. I think that was Spinks' last and maybe one of his best career performances. Just he had to battle back in that fight, and like he put belt the ass in that shit.
I might need to run that back. Just maybe it might be a forgotten.
That might be a forgotten fade. That was a good fight though.
Or maybe I'm thinking about the Seichu Powell fight because that one was kind of close too. But I don't.
Might be the sister, but the he definitely he earned the victory for that DeAndre Lattimore fight. Didn't he take his O?
I don't think it was him that took the O.
Oh, my bad.
But yeah, no,
but yeah, like he. But that's the thing. Like Corey Spinks still had some of those late victory kind of wins like that.
Yeah.
Whereas these niggas ain't having those type of wins now.
Yeah, I mean, all I know with Lattimore, all I know is like I know he got retired when Carlos Katana put him knocked him out, and put him in retirement, like beat the fuck out of him, which I was surprised about too. But yeah, let me go make sure I put that on my list. I might need to run that back. That might be a forgotten fade. Lattimore versus Spinks because I could have sworn that Lattimore probably won that shit, but yeah, that's definitely worth a.
Nah, you thinking about the Juan Lezcano fight versus Jesse James Lehigh.
Yeah, let me just put that back. Let's write that down real quick. Lattimore versus Spinks.
He just dropped early. Like I haven't seen this fight in years, but I remember because it's a good fucking fight. But Spinks gets dropped early, and then instead of running and getting on his bike, he kind of steps to this nigga, and he's like outboxing him and like throwing like ones and twos and just kind of being in his grill, like.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of I think he even buzzes Lattimore a few times. Like he really like stood on his and fought. Like yeah, so yeah, definitely can check that out.
Yeah, I need to do that though. Shout out to Corey Spinks though. Like you don't hear too much from him. Like once he retired, like bro got out of the spotlight. Like I don't even think he even has any social media. Like bro stayed, he's out of the spot. He stays. He just chills.
I mean, that's how you gotta be sometimes.
Yeah, but definitely good for him though. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he don't get a lot of mention though. Like, but he does deserve it.
Mention the fuck out of his. Mention a lot of niggas' names got mentioned tonight.
Fast.
But that's how I do. Ring game, man. Another night. We probably do a music show
next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on how that shit goes. Yeah.
But it was good. It was good ranting and vibing. Everyone that was listening, shout out to y'all that were listening in and chiming in with your comments, especially Miss Bitch, of course, with with their comments and whatnot. in and out. Actually, what we were talking about Shuttleworth as Florida has Bigfoot to Tom Shuttleworth, some shit like that. Or Shuttleworth, get the former grill, we cooking shark meat, shit like that. But yeah, we'll be back on Monday for the boxing shit, and then Wednesday for the music show. And who knows, you may maybe you might get a live show from Twitch or on YouTube or a one-off. You just never know, but definitely stay tuned. There's always something that's in the pipeline. So so for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, for Elby Shuttleworth, the God, the Go artist, for King People Dagobah, and for Conscious Pilot. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk Ranting, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.